So with each day that passes, things get weirdly better and also worse for the Boston Celtics. We can talk about the better first. Last night, Boston won its 10th straight. And while they haven't had the toughest schedule in the world, doing anything well 10 times in a row is hard. The Celtics not only managed it, they've been tremendous fun. Our Celtics writer Chris Forsberg has this great detail in his piece from last night. As the Lakers were making a charge up the scoreboard in the fourth quarter, you could actually hear someone on the Boston coaching staff screaming at his team, "Stop standing around and watching Kyrie." I mean, sure, that's a good instruction, but can you blame those kids when Irving has been spending the evening personally collecting all the Lakers' little ankles?
I just saw the picture.
This was in the first quarter. It's ridiculous. And by the way, both the start and the finish of this sequence are actually as impressive as in the middle when he retrieves the ball. Yeah. And here, Kyrie is in the second half. He treats the Lakers like little traffic cones before that nice little drop-off to Aaron Baines. And hey, Kyrie was not flawless last night. He was 0 for 7 from 3 and kept shooting those. But in the end, he was there when the Celtics needed him, helping steal a win when the team was shorthanded again. And that's where we get to how things are also getting worse for Boston. Day by day, this team is piling up an almost uncanny stack of injuries. Gordon Hayward's remains the most jarring. But before last night's game, we also learned Al Horford has entered the NBA's concussion protocol for the second time in as many years. Then in the second quarter, rookie Jason Tatum asked out with a sore ankle. He never came back and left the arena in a walking boot, with the Celtics saying he will undergo further testing. You know the old Monty Python clip where the Black Knight's getting his body parts all chopped off? Well, I mean, if you don't, you should go YouTube that and watch it because it's great. But also, that is what the Celtics are like right now because they just keep going even after losing an arm or a leg or two. Brad Stevens gets a chunk of credit for that because of the way he is adapting on the fly. And Danny Ainge gets credit for that because this roster is proving it's deeper than we thought. But the lion's share of the credit goes to the resiliency of Boston's players. We have already seen several other teams this young season blame their rocky starts on injuries or on a lack of chemistry as they integrate new faces. Guess what? The Celtics have had to do all of that. But instead of complaining, they're just winning and making all of us stand around and watch and admire them as they do it. Stack, I do want to talk about Kyrie specifically because he came into this season with a lot to prove. He set himself a high bar by saying, "I'm asking off the LeBron team. I want to go do this by myself." What's most impressed you about all the ways he has validated that so far?
Well, just the fact that he's not caring about what people are saying. You know, I think he's not really worrying about people saying where he's want to show that his trade wasn't good. It was good for Boston. He wants to prove this and prove LeBron wrong. He's similar to KD. He wants everybody to like him. He doesn't really care about none of that stuff. He loves playing the game of basketball. And right now he's winning, so he does feel good. And I don't think he's worried about proving people wrong. He's just playing basketball.
Yeah, like, I don't think he needed to validate anything. He made that decision to want to get traded, and he said, you know, for me to experience what I think is the peak of my career and who I can be as a player, it has to be somewhere else. And so I don't think he ever needed to validate, but it feels good right out the gate. I said the only way it could have started better is if they had beaten the Cavs on opening night.
Right.
That's the only way it could have been perfect.
And having Gordon Hayward next to you and not in a...
Well, no, but I'm just saying as far as validating the reason that I left. Like, if they had beaten the Cavs, then it would have been perfect. But beyond that, you can't complain because he is the unquestioned star of this team, and they're winning because of him. And they're the number one team in the East and one of the number one top teams in the league. And he's basically, I could have never had this in Cleveland because it would always have gone back to LeBron.
And it's clearly no Kyrie in Cleveland right now. So he's definitely being missed.
Right.
It's showing.
Right. I mean, yeah, and look, they don't have the other side of that trade in Cleveland, so we're going to kind of have to see how this shakes out. I hate looking too far ahead, obviously, but you guys, we were talking yesterday just after the show. Can you imagine a Kyrie Irving, Boston, Cleveland, LeBron, Eastern Conference Finals?
Oh, that'll be great for the game.
Do we have those rights, or is that for Turner? Okay, all right. We need that to happen.
We need that game.
Right? I mean, just with the way Kyrie is balling out right now, and I'm just sort of projecting forward, seeing him do all of that, then seeing the LeBron 57 points from the other night response. I mean, it's just kind of, you know, things to get excited about in this NBA season. It's early though. We're gonna hold off until then.